Hi, I'm Carolyn with AccuQuilt, and welcome back to the Angle Play Block of the Month designed by Kenny of KennyKreations. Now, if you're not yet enrolled in our new Block of the Month program, it's super easy to start. Simply go to AccuQuilt.com and register your email address, and you'll begin receiving emails twice monthly with our new blocks. If you miss block number 1, don't worry. In your next email, you'll have access to previous blocks along with our die list and fabric requirements. Now, the die list and fabric requirement shows you exactly what Go or Studio dies are necessary to make this gorgeous quilt, along with the fabric requirements. And this is really nice, so you can grab all the fabric that you need to get started to complete this entire quilt. Now, today we're going to work on block number 2, which we call Apple Pie. This is a fun block that features 4 Go or Studio dies, and I've got some of those dies here with us today. So the first shape that we're going to use are the 4-inch finished quarter square triangles, our 2.5-inch strip cutter, and with our 2.5-inch strip cutter we do have a smaller one available for our Go baby users, so you can use either one of those dies. It's not necessary to use the larger one. And you will need your handy rotary cutter when you begin cutting out all of your shapes to subcut your 2.5-inch strips into rectangles, which are 2.5 by 4.5. You'll also need the shapes that you have on your value die. And those two shapes are the 4.5-inch square and the 2-inch finished triangles. Now, we also have another option available here as well. So if you're looking for multiples of either one of these shapes, we do have those available. We have a die that features multiple 4.5-inch squares along with the 2-inch finished triangles. And I've got a perfect example here with our 2-inch finished triangles multiples die, so that you can see here that this die here has so many of those half square triangles available for you. Makes it super easy. Now, what we'll do is I'll show you how to run it through your Go fabric cutter. So we'll use the quarter square triangles. Now, with any of your Go dies, you're able to cut up to 6 layers of fabric at one time. And with your Go fabric cutter, it makes it super easy to get accurate cuts each and every time. So for demonstration purposes, I do have 2 layers of fabric here. And what's really nice about this is that it's not necessary for you to cover the entire die board. You only have to cover the shapes that you want to cut. So let's say, for instance, that I only wanted to cut out 4 of these quarter square triangles. You can certainly do so. All you need to do is just lie your fabric right outside of the blades that you want to cut. So as you can see, I do not necessarily have to cut out the other shapes that we have on this die board if I only need a certain number. And then I'm going to take my Go cutting mat, place it on top, and then you're ready to roll it through your Go. So once you start rolling, you'll see really how easy this is. Then you're going to slide your Go cutting mat off, and then you have perfect quarter square triangles. And you're ready to start constructing once you've cut out all of your shapes. So let's get started with that. The first thing that you're going to want to start doing is take those quarter square triangles that we just cut out and sew your 2-inch finished triangles to either side of those quarter square triangles. Make 2 of these and then sew them together so you've got this one unit of your block. Once you've done this, you're going to cut out 4 of those units. You can start constructing the rows on your block. So you can see that we have taken 2 of those 2.5-inch strip cutters that we subcut down to 4.5-inch rectangles, place those in the middle, and that's one of your rows. Now, do keep in mind that the middle row that you see does feature that 4.5-inch square that we cut out. So you've got that as your main focal point in this particular block. Now, once you're done constructing your rows, simply sew them all together, and then you have a completed apple pie quilt block. It's beautiful, don't you agree? So stay tuned for block number 3, and again, we're so excited to be featuring this particular quilt as our block of the month. So stay tuned. Better cuts make better quilts.